This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm reviewing Superior Spider-Man number 8. Okay, I do love the cover. Yes, I was supposed to cancel this book and not get it anymore because I was getting annoyed with the War of the Realms stuff. But I decided to give it a chance. I do like the cover. I read the book. The book is good. But I kind of feel that the time has come for Superior Spider-Man to go away. If I could use a line from Doctor Who, everything has its time and everything must end. And I am satisfied with just Spider-Man being Spider-Man. Even if they throw Miles Morales around okay, or Spider-Gwen okay, or whatever. But having Otto Octavius, and they all know he's Otto Octavius, and they keep calling him Otto Octavius, and it's funny how they don't really care about his secret identity because he was a villain and he don't care. So if enough people hear that he's called Otto Octavius, some people are going to go after him probably. So again, he's arrogant, he's conceited, he has an ego, I question why he's even a hero in the first place. And I kind of want to see him go back to being Doc Ock. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I know he can't go back to being a villain because, all this stuff happened, but I kind of feel that, like, it's kind of weird that it had its storyline, and then it went away, and then he was like, in that robot, then he was in like a clone body, and then he was like, then he was in a proto-clone, and he still is keeping Spider-Man's powers. He's still keeping all this stuff. And I'm wondering, like, why is he doing that? Like, why don't he just be Doc Ock? Like, what? Does he like having the powers? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you emphasize, I know this is becoming a rant. I'm not even going about the book, but like, why is it that there was an essence of Peter Parker a little bit in there that's altering his perception? Because if that's the case, get it out of there and just be yourself. I mean, and then seeing Spider-Man in that ridiculous Wonder Woman outfit, I can't stand War of the Realms. I'm sorry. It's not one of my favorite things to look at. The fact that they force feed it to you and they stick all these things in there and you have to read it with your regular books annoys me. West Coast Avengers, I don't find, like, this group, not my group that I remember back in the day, but West Coast Avengers of today is just crap. They're not appealing, and they're getting canceled because they're not that good. And they're trying to push diversity, and this one is, I guess a lesbian, and this one has punk hair from the 80s, and this one is this, and this one's that, and it's like, you're trying to force it so much with diversity that people don't want to see it. You got to ease into certain things, and you got to get, but you're throwing everything. It's like faker than fake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I doubt that. I doubt you'd be like, all right, we're going to have a team, and this one is this race, and this one is this race, and this one is this race. That's not natural at all. So, it's my little rant. But getting to the issue at hand, Doc Ock has an attitude and a superiority complex, of course, and, gets him into having a little bit of, people just ignoring him. And I think that's the thing that bothers him, is that he's trying to lead, trying to command them, like and they don't want to be bothered. And Wolverine's like, listen, Webbs, take care of your guy here, like, meaning Spider-Man, get him in gear, like, because, Spider-Man's the main thing and he's not, and regardless, get it together. So Spider-Man has to tell him, and then I guess Gwenpool has to knock some sense into him about, even saving one life, you did what you were supposed to do, you don't have to be the main attraction, the main thing. But again, like I said, we're in the 8th issue, and before War of the Realms, I was happy. Once War of the Realms started, and they all know he's Doc Ock, and they're all accepting that he's a superhero, I have a problem with that. Even though they really don't want to accept him, I guess they have no choice, because maybe they're doing it for Spider-Man, I don't know. But, I mean, if you don't, then he's probably going to become villain, I don't know. But to me, it's like you're forcing it. I mean, maybe it wasn't a good idea to do a Superior Spider-Man comic. Maybe it was just, it had its time, and yeah, you got to see it a little bit, and people got the first 8 issues or whatever. But how long are you really going to carry on with this? I mean, it was always meant to be like a temporary thing, and I don't like seeing someone else's Spider-Man. I really don't. I mean, not when we have our Spider-Man, okay? There was a difference when he was Spider-Man. There was no other Spider-Man, but like, I don't like it. Like now, it's getting to be annoying. Now, will I get the next issue? I don't really know, because I didn't think I was going to get this issue. But again, like, I am not of the philosophy that anybody could wear the mask, because when you get that mentality, like, then they can get killed. Because the thing is, you have to have that extra something to be a superhero. You can't just, like, some people can't be a baker, some people can't be, a painter, some people can't be an artist, some people can't do certain things. Not that you could do it like all that, it's like sometimes you just can't. And this philosophy, everybody gets a trophy and everybody could be Spider-Man, and then you have 10 Spider-Mans running around. It's annoying as hell. And I also feel it takes away from, the main book. Like, people want to read about Spider-Man, and then they read this, they confuse, and like, what's happening if they're coming into it, So, I mean, will I get issue 9? I don't know. I'm kind of pissed that they went bi-weekly all of a sudden, because I'm like, why? Because of War of the Realms? Look, I'm a massive Marvel guy, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love a crossover like the next person, or I love a thing. But 4 big ones this year, that's a little excessive. It makes me think of like a board meeting, and they're like, how much money can we make? Okay, can we do a Secret Wars 4 and Civil War in the same year? No? Okay, you want to do like, we'll do a Spider-Man Absolute Carnage, and we'll do like, a X-Men 1, and we'll do like, you know, War of the Realms, a Thor 1, and then maybe we'll do an Avenger 1. It's like, that's too much. Way too much. And books are getting... You want to know why the West Coast Avengers get canceled? Well, 1, I told you why. But 2, you have too many effing books out there that's destroying the other books. Come on. Marvel, please. Like, you don't need all these teams. They are literally throwing... Like, you know how I joked about DC, EU, and they're throwing movies to the wall to see what sticks? Marvel is literally throwing every single comic they can think of out there. Like, I don't know why. Just let's hey, you want to see a Spider-Punk comic? Let's do that. And you know what? That's probably what's going to happen. It's probably going to be a Spider-Punk comic. They're just throwing everything out there, and it's like, let's have a book called Marvel Tales, where we could have Spider-Man in there. How many Spider-Man books are there already? Let's have Marvel Comics Presents. Let's do these books. We'll price them $1, and they'll be reprints. And let's have a book about the video game, but it's actually a direct copy of the video game and not anything new. But we'll do that the next time. It's like, let's have a Spider-Man that he aged normally. It's like, stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You like throwing so much out there. And then when I like a title, like Black Widow, I find they're going to cancel it just to have another title, a Black Widow #1. And it's like, why? And I'm liking as Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I find out, they're going to take Angela, and she's going to be on another team, so that's the end of as Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, what do you mean? So when I like something, it goes away. It's like, and you can't keep it consistent. Now, I'm liking Captain Marvel, and I know this became totally beyond the review of Superior Spider-Man. I do apologize, but I started liking Captain Marvel, and all of a sudden now they're doing something weird with that too. With her, like, is she dying? Is she sick? Is she gonna lose her powers? Is gonna be somebody else coming aboard that's like her, that she's got to like battle? Is it like, what the hell is this all of a sudden? So, and yes, you do need stuff in the book. I kind of feel, look, my favorite comic's Amazing Spider-Man, right? So the Kindred villain, I thought he was awesome when I first saw him, and I'm like, oh my god, I want the variant cover, I want this, I want that. It's been building up for a year with 24 friggin' issues, and then when I finally see him, he looks like Sleepwalker got dressed up for Halloween You know, the character Sleepwalker in the comics, and it's like he just looked like faker than fake, like ridiculous. He looked ridiculous. The way they had him before, where like, you know, they had this stuff like tightly, like, you know, the outfit on and everything. He looked awesome. Now he looks like a goddamn thing out of Scooby Doo friggin' mysteries. Like they really made him look like fake and stupid and kiddyish, and it's like, what? Before, like he looked like he had, like it was like the alien having the drool from the mouth and like, you know, like remember, like they made him terrifying, and now he looks like a goddamn something you find in Party City, like a fake ghoul or something. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And even Mysterio, he doesn't look like Mysterio. He looks like, you know, you're seeing the guy's shadow in the freaking ill in the fishbowl. Like, why would you do that? Like, you try. Don't be politically. Please don't be politically correct, and say, well, you know, technically you should see his face and his eyes and his out. No, you don't need to see shit. You need to see Mysterio's fishbowl, and you don't see him talk, and that's it. That's what you need to do. Don't be, oh, like Electro's comic, his costume is ridiculous, so we need to have him not look like a lightning bolt. No, that's the way Electro's supposed to look. You know, it's like stop. Just stop. I mean, I don't get what they're doing. Why does friggin' Spider-Man have a helmet? Why does he have a sword? How does he spin webs if he's got a sword? Like, what the hell? What's going on? What's going on here? There's this other book coming out. We got old Thor, old Loki. They don't age. They've been around for like hundreds of thousands of years, or thousands of years, that when they die, they get new bodies. So they don't age. They established this, right? I mean, you have to be pretty, like, far out there for them to age or whatever. But that means that there's no Ragnarok. So in other words, if they're old and then there's Ragnarok, they're young again. I mean, it's supposed to be like that. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to see Loki with wrinkles and Thor looking like Odin, which, why would he have to be Odin? Why would he, like, just because he's going to be the age of Odin doesn't mean he has to have one eye. Like, why would it be like that? Why? Why do you have to copy? Why does, like, Sif look like a middle-aged woman that needs Botox? Like, why would anybody find that interesting? I mean, maybe you would find it interesting about Thor, like, oh, being a king and stuff, and that'd be cool, but, like, not permanently. I don't want to see old man Quill and old man Hawkeye, and no, not really. They're young, and that's the thing. It's like they're trying to rapidly age, like, some of the heroes to make them, like, get them out and bring a new hero in. That's stupid too. Because when all of a sudden is Hawkeye rapidly aging? Everybody else would rapidly age. I've been reading some stuff, and I'm like, Peter Parker's talking, and he's like, oh, my bones hurt all the time, and everything. Wait a minute. You're in your 20s. The writer's, like, making a mistake, and they're, like, putting their bullshit in the book. Like, he's in his 20s. They said Black Cat is early 20s. He's in his 20s. They wanted to keep him in his 20s. So why would he have bones hurting if he's in his 20s? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. And he heals. They established that, like, he doesn't have a healing factor, but he heals faster than most, you know? So, like, why would you put it that, oh, your bones don't heal right and you're like this? Like, that's ridiculous. I hate when people do the book and they don't really know certain things about the character. And then you're questioning it. Like, what? Like, okay, you got this thing. It was established like Ghost Rider, right? I think his flame would, like, kill a symbiote or bother a symbiote. But now you're going to have a symbiote bond with Ghost Rider. But, like, the Hellfire is supposed to, like, they have weaknesses. Like, that, like, maybe you're saying he doesn't have the weakness. But, like, that's ridiculous. Certain things are just ridiculous to me. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the thing with Null, I was reading, like, Silver Surfer, Black, and it's like, why do you got the Spider-Man symbol on your chest when it was established that that was his costume, like the symbol when he had the black suit on? Don't make it like it's a spider. Don't make it like this because you're trying to, like, just put some red thing on your chest. But don't be, like, ridiculous like that because we know better. It's like, come on. Like, somebody's just, like, not paying attention to detail with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, It doesn't make any effing sense, some of this stuff. Like how you rapidly age Thunderstrike's kid, but everybody else around him is the same age. It's like, why would you do that? This is not the soap operas where you rapidly age the kids. Oh, because we want to have them books and have them. But you then everybody else ages around them. Like if you age Peter Parker's kid and Mary Jane's kid in like the Renew Your Vows, they're supposed to look older. They're supposed to be older. So if the kid is 20, they're 50. I mean, like common damn sense. And don't make it like they don't age and then the kid ages. That's stupid too. Like people just don't get it. Like they don't pay attention. They don't like, you got to start handling the comics the right way where they know the character inside and out. Like certain characters don't talk the way they make them talk, and it's like, come on now. I just, I, you know, I'm starting to feel like certain people coming on the books, they're doing their own thing, and they're not really getting it, you know. But that's me. It's been 16 minutes I've been ranting with this review. So it's not just Superior Spider-Man, but it's comics in general. I'm not trying to be negative either, but now what's this crossover in December? Is it Ghost Rider related? Is it Avengers related? Like, what the hell is that? So, all right, guys. Take care. Bye for now.